Hello, YouTube family. This is Stella. Anyway, today is the 17th. It's December 2017. We are really at a turning point. And I think practicing self-love is never easy. And you will discover no and more ways of doing so, which also leads you to more and more freedom from suffering, freedom from attachment. And there are just so many ways. So I'm telling you, the universe has a humor. And in the morning when I woke up, I woke up with a song from Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, Shake It Off. And I had my own personal challenges, of course, my own personal thing with some kind of romantic walk, and that we are all walking on earth, while being in a human body. And many of these times we encounter people from our past lives, and we have this magnetic attachment or attraction to them. But just because we met them does not mean we have to keep them. We have certain learning curves. We are taking our power back, and many times we learn to let go. Learn to let go of the old, painful love, drama kind of suffering. Relationships which are not good for our energetic being. And they are just some kind of, it has some kind of hold on us. But eventually we learn, that our inner harmony is more important than to be attached to a certain dynamics. And so basically what came is not having him at all is better for me than having him near and not be able to hold him in my arms. There was this weird dynamics between us. And that is torture, which I am not going to endure out of pure love for myself. I'll just let it all go. Letting it all go became easier than to hold on. So I just shake it off. Shake it off. So I'm free of the attachment to the old drama and self-inflicted suffering. Because this is exactly what we are doing when we keep holding on to something which is not really good for us. Because it is not, because you feel it. So you go through the analyzing phase, you go through the on and off phase, and then eventually you just let it all go. Because you just say, there is life beyond codependency. There is life beyond the old familiar drama and painful way of so-called believing that that is love. That is not love. It's pain. But through pain, you learn more about yourself and you outgrow certain dynamics. And this was one of it. And the funny thing is, I don't know, maybe a month ago or something, I was teaching some people in my dream state. I was in some kind of esoteric center or spiritual center, whatever, somewhere. And there were like 30, 35 people, and I was teaching them, and they said, yeah, but your life is not perfect. And I said, what define perfect? What are you talking about perfect? We all have our personal challenges, and it would be a lie for me to tell you that I have a perfect life. And in one sense, it is perfect. It's actually imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect. And because we are all teaching in a way with our beingness, and we are also learning in a way from the beingness of other people. And so we are all portals of transformations. And this is what's important. It is not about being perfect. Far from it. It's about being open to grow and learn and evolve, which is perfect in itself. So this is like amazing, you know, how we learn and grow and allow ourselves to be authentic rather than trying to pretend that we are perfect. Nobody is. Nobody ever is as you think they are or as you presuppose that they are. And this is not the point. And it's so funny because also, you know, I'm writing together certain word magics, you know, really looking behind the words. And I don't know if it's going to be anything, you know, coming out or not. It's just, you know, it just gives me great joy to do those things. And when I looked at the word and, like pretend, but you take it apart, the pretend always includes the and. Because whenever we pretend, and, right, you take it apart, contains the end of it. Because you cannot pretend forever. And this is what we forget when we want to be different, we want to look different to the outside. Sometimes we say things just because it sounds good, but it's not really our authentic, true self showing. It's like we're kind of lying to ourselves, you know, not just to the world, but you are pretending to be something else, even to self, because it just makes you feel better or makes you feel good or it sounds good. And basically, it's just looking behind all those dynamics that we keep pretending in our lives. And so you always have to come back to self, to sense of self, and see what your motivation is, what's your agenda. Do you have any underlying agenda? Which is, it's so funny how the way the words are, right? Underlying, it's like you're keeping something underneath as a lie, and you did not look deeper into that, into self. Of course, it's always into self, not into others, really. And it is so amazing, you know, how things really are working out, actually. Even when you think that they are not working out, they are working out perfectly. Just another way, just a different way than you previously thought or presupposed, but you were not looking deep underneath. So anyway, this was today about the end that contains the end in it also, and it's about letting it all go. And when holding on gets more painful than to let go, you know that it is time to let go. And this is the big shift, the big change that always brings a turning point, a new turning point into your life. And you just realize that you were swimming in a cesspool of craziness, toxic craziness. Your own, of course. It's not about blaming anybody, because just as much as you had your own share of ignorance in that part and your own share of spiritual blind spot, maybe in the romantic sense, they have their own. So it's you know, I mean, how could I judge his not knowing of himself and making him responsible for my not knowing? I need to be more aware. I need to be more, you know, seeing through the crap, right? So basically, because you have to see through your own crap, you have to face your own little bullshits. And this is what this whole thing is about. rising above, rising above, rising above your previous ignorance, whatever that was, or whatever that area of your life. And just really, really be open to change, be open to shift from a lower level of consciousness to an even higher level of consciousness on your own, on your part. Always, always. It's always about you. It is always about you. It is never about the other person. Okay? So I hope it helps. It's a great Sunday. It's another glorious day. And every time where you have new insights and when you discover, new things about yourself, and this is a continuous evolution. It's a continuous spiritual evolution, and we are here for this. This life is all about that. And embrace the process of processing. Thanks for listening. Bye.